morning, students. We are learning from the last lecture the polymers, and in that we are learning the classification of polymers. Now, in the first classification, we classify the polymer according to their sources. In the second classification, we classify the polymers according to their structures. And now this is the third classification. I told you about this classification also in the last lecture that this classification of polymers are on the basis of mode of polymerization. Now there are the three different mode of polymerization, and we are first learning the addition polymerization. You know that in addition polymerization, the free radical mechanism is carried out, and this free radical mechanism is also called as the chain reaction. And these free radical mechanism and chain reactions are the most common in addition polymerization. Now, in addition polymerization, there are the three steps. The first step is the chain initiation, that is starting of the chain. Now, for chain initiation, we require the free radicals. We have to prepare the free radicals, and the free radicals are prepared from the catalyst or initiators such as benzoyl peroxide. Generally, peroxides are used for the catalysis of this chain initiation reaction as a starter or initiator. Now, this benzoyl peroxide may be used, or acetyl peroxide. Now, this is the acetyl peroxide I given here for example, and tertiary butyl peroxide is also used for the chain initiation reaction. And for example, let us take the acetyl peroxide. Now, we know that in free radical mechanism there are the odd electrons, that is the homolytic fission is there, and in homolytic fission the covalent bond ruptured or breaks in such a way that each species acquired one electron. So here is the homolysis type of the breaking of the covalent bond. So I show here these half arrows. That means what? It breaks in such a way that this free radical, which is the acetyl free radical, there are formation of two acetyl free radicals. Now, on oxygen atom of these, there are the odd electrons. There are the two, because here is the bond breaking, homolysis type, and this covalent bond breaks in such a way that one electron on each oxygen atom. So this odd electron is there, and there are formation of two free radicals, acetyl free radical. Again, this acetyl free radical breaks in such a way that there is formation of two methyl free radicals. Now, these two methyl free radicals are formed in such a way that here this bond between the CH3 and this carbonyl carbon breaks again by the homolytic fission, and I show here the half arrows. That means one electron retained on these two methyl free radicals, because there are the two acetyl free radicals, so there are formation of the two methyl free radicals, and this odd electron gets added with this odd electron on oxygen atom, and there is again the double bond between the carbon and this oxygen. That means this breaks from this methyl free radical. There is formation of two methyl free radical, and two carbon dioxide molecules are formed. Now see here, CO2 double bond C double bond O, C double bond O, that is the carbon dioxide. Now, in this way, these carbon dioxides we do not require, but this methyl free radical we require into the second step of this free radical mechanism, and that second step is the chain propagation step. Into that we require. Now, what happened? Suppose this methyl free radical, we can call it the alkyl radical. And we know that we are shown the alkyl group by this capital R. Suppose these methyl free radicals are this capital R, that is the alkyl free radical. Suppose it may be methyl, ethyl, any. So I show here the R, that is the alkyl free radical. Now here is this odd electron is there. Now take a monomer molecule. Monomer molecule is, suppose this is the vinyl monomer. You know the vinyl grouping, CH2 double bond CH, and this Y may be chlorine or it may be cyanide. So I show here capital Y. That means this vinyl monomer is of any type, that is the vinyl chloride or vinyl cyanide. And in this way, this free radical which is formed in this first stage, chain initiation step, from that of the initiator, that is catalyst such as the benzoyl peroxide or acetyl peroxide. Now this free radical again reacts with this vinyl monomer, and this odd electron combines with the one electron of this double bond between the CH2 CHY. This double bond also breaks homolytically, and these two electrons combine to form the bond between this R and CH2. Now what happened there? One odd electron remains on this carbon of the CHY, and in this way a new free radical which is slightly bigger than that of this alkyl radical is formed. In this, that is the chain initiation steps. This is the first step. Now this new free radical can be reacts with the monomers, another molecules of monomers, to give a still bigger and bigger free radical into the next step, that is the chain propagation step. As the name suggests, it is the chain propagation. That means there is the increase in the length of the chain of this free radical. Now see here, the new free radical reacts with another molecule of vinyl monomer, forming still bigger sized free radical, and which in turn again reacts with another monomer's molecule, and the repetition of this step takes place very rapidly. Now repetition takes place very rapidly, and it is called as the chain propagation. Now how it happens, let us see. Now this is our new free radical RCH2 single bond CHY, and here is the odd electron, and this is the new that is the monomer, vinyl monomer, and we take n number of vinyl monomer. Now what happened? There are the n number of this vinyl monomer. So this odd electron of the new free radical and one of the electron from the one monomer of this double bond gets added together, and there is again that remaining odd electron reacts with the another molecules of this monomer, and the chain is continuous there. Now see here, I show the chain. Now this R CH2 CHY. Now there is also the CH2 CHY, but they are n number. So I write here the n number of R CH2 CHYN, and continuously this takes place very rapidly, and very bigger sized free radical is formed, just like a chain. Now what we have to do to stop this reaction? There is the very long chain of polymer now we obtained, but still this chain is the free radical chain. It is not the polymer molecule. So we have to terminate these chains. Now there are so many chains are there. Suppose we take the two chains in the next step, that is the chain termination. Now what happened in the chain termination? Ultimately termination of the growing chain takes place to give the large molecular weight polymer. Now how it happened? Let us see. Now these are the two taken here of the larger sized free radical chain, and we terminate these two chains here. Now this CHY, here is the free radical. Now another chain is there. There is also this type of grouping RCH2CHY and CH2CHY, and they join to each other by this combining the odd electron. Now see there, in the first chain there is the N plus this one radical again there. So I write here RCH2CH N plus 1. Now the another chain, that is the second chain also there, and it have such grouping also, similar grouping. So RCH2CHY N, here I write the RCH2CHY, and again there is this radical also in the another chain. So I write here N plus 1. Remember that. Up to this N, and this is 1. In the another chain also up to this N, and again one of this grouping. So RCH2CHY N plus 1, CHY CH2R N plus 1 get terminates, and there is the two free radical combined, and there is this bond between them. That is means there is the termination, and after termination these two chains, large chains, there is the formation of large molecular weight of the polymer. Now this happened in the addition polymerization. There is get added all these monomers and forms a big sized polymers. Now let us see the another, that is the mode of polymerization. Now let us learn the second polymerization, that is condensation polymerization. We are learning the classification of polymers on the basis of mode of polymerization. Now this is the second mode of polymerization, that is the condensation polymerization. Now you are very well familiar about the condensation reaction. In 11th standard we already learned the condensation reaction. What happened in the condensation reaction? Two or more smaller molecules condense with each other and form a still bigger molecule, and a very small molecule like alcohol or water is eliminated. Now that reaction is called as the condensation reaction. Now here similar into this condensation polymerization, the process of formation of polymers from polyfunctional monomers. Polyfunctional monomer means there are two functional groups or more than two functional groups into the monomers. The process of formation of polymers from the polyfunctional monomers with the elimination of some small molecules, and that small molecules are such as water molecule, HCl molecule, CH3OH, that is the methyl alcohol like, or ammonia, or hydrochloric acid like molecule, etc. is eliminated, and such polymerization is called as the condensation polymerization. So the process of formation of polymers from polyfunctional monomers with the elimination of some small molecules such as water, hydrochloric acid, methanol, ammonia, etc. is called as the condensation polymerization. Now see, for example here, consider the formation of terylene fiber. In USA, the terylene fiber is also called as the dacron, or as it contains the ester linkage into that is many ester linkage into that, so it is also called as the polyester. Now terylene have the three names: terylene, polyester, or dacron, and from which we know that the textiles are formed from that. And here this terylene polymer is formed after the polymerization of two different monomers. Out of that, one is the ethylene glycol. Now we know the glycol, there are the two OH group, that is the dihydric alcohols. We call that dihydric alcohols as the glycol. And the another polymer molecule is the terephthalic acid. Now this actually groups are there. Now take the n number of these two different monomers. Now these are the bifunctional monomers. Here also the two acidic group and here also the two alcoholic OH groups. So functional as a functional group. Now what happened? We take the n number. N number means many monomers of both types we take here. Now the first monomer, that is the ethylene glycol. Now the OH group of this ethylene glycol and the hydrogen of this terephthalic acid of the COOH group. Now this OH and this H forms the n number of water molecule because there are the n number of both of the monomers. So n number of water molecules are eliminated here, minus NH2O. And this, that is the COO grouping, is directly attached to this CH2 and there is formation of n number of these ester linkages, that is two monomer combined and eliminated the water molecules, and there is formation of such ester linkage. See here, this COO group directly attached to the CH2 group and there are the n number of, this is the ester linkage, and in this way n number of ester linkages are formed. Now this is nothing but this is the toluene or dacron fiber or polymer, and these have the very large molecular weight, and from that clothes are formed. Again there are formation of different that is the wires etc. Also for different uses also this polymer is used. Now in this step of polymerization the chain growth occur by a series of condensation steps. There are the series of condensation steps from every that is the monomer of ethylene glycol and every monomer of the terephthalic acid, one water molecules get eliminated. So there is the number of condensation steps are there, and in this type of polymerization the chain growth occur by a series of condensation steps, and it is also called as the step growth polymerization. Why it is called as the step growth polymerization? Because there are the many steps of condensation and from that there is the growth of the polymer, and so this mode of polymerization is also called as the step growth polymerization. Now let us see the third mode of polymerization, that is the ring opening polymerization. Now this is the third type or third mode of polymerization of this classification, and into this what happened? The cyclic compounds like lactams having the NHCO, that is grouping there in the lactams, and they are the ring structure. So ring opening polymerization, into that the cyclic compounds like lactams or cyclic ethers or lactones etc. get polymerized by ring opening polymerization. That means ring get open into this polymerization and there is formation of, that is the long chain polymer having very large molecular weight. Now let us take the example of formation of nylon 6. Now I take here this epsilon caprolactam. Now this epsilon caprolactam have totally 6 carbon atoms. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this 6. Here is the CH2, 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 CH2. Here CH2 up to this 5 CH2 and this CO. So total 6 carbon atom and 1 here is the nitrogen into this ring. The name of this ring is called as the epsilon caprolactam. Now take the n number of this epsilon caprolactam. Actually this epsilon caprolactam is formed by the that is the alpha amino hexanoic acid. Into that the carbonyl group of the acidic group into that there is the not alpha, that is omega amino. Now omega amino means after this, now this carbonyl carbon is there. Now next carbon is alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and this is omega. To this omega carbon there is the NH2 group will be there, and here is the COOH group. From these two groups again the water molecule is eliminated, and this ring, that is the epsilon caprolactam, is formed from the omega amino hexanoic acid or omega amino caproic acid. It is also called as the hexanoic acid is called as the caproic acid. So the formation of epsilon caprolactam is there. Now here the ring gets open here again. That is from NH and CO. There is the opening of the ring. There are n number. So I take here n number, and this bond of NH and this bond of Cn gets attached to both sides many number of these. That is the nylon 6. Now this is the nylon 6 polymer. This is the polymer, and the name of this polymer is nylon 6. Why it is nylon 6? The name, because there are the 6 carbon atoms in the monomer of this polymer, that is the nylon 6. Now this is about the ring opening polymerization. Now this ring opening polymerization is somewhat slower than that of the additional polymerization. Now this is the classification based on the mode of polymerization. Now let us see the next classification of this, that is the polymers. Up to this we are learning about the 3 types of classification. If student you learn this very well, if you understand very well, then you can like, share and subscribe, and tell the others to subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you very much.